Well, it's been a while since we've seen each other's faces and seen this podcast.
Yeah, keep it busy. That's
Has
for
been.
sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we all got jobs, everybody, so be patient with us. I mean, we all got responsibilities, and once this podcast hopefully starts paying us at one point, we can quit our jobs.
That would be
You
crazy.
got a lot to get into, though.
You probably got a long way for that. So, but
About 200,000 more subs.
yeah, and being regularly viewed. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot of Sports podcast. Grab a drink or snack. This is your weekly dose of sports, where we'll break down and do a deep dive of the world of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. Go ahead, subscribe, share, even leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us and tap the notification bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop, so you don't miss one. Today we got on the show Drew Best, and we have Chris Pittner. So how's everybody? I know it's Thursday in the week, and we're having our next weekend start in 24 hours. So we're a little under 24 hours. So, but how was you all last weekend?
I've been sick, but other than that, it's been really busy, chaotic. This morning at our station here in Madison, we had some breaking news about someone who carjacked from a local hospital and then tried to drive on one of the lakes in town, and the car went through the ice, and he's on the run right now. So we're having fun. And it's supposed to be like negative 50 wind chill tomorrow. But other than that, we're great.
Yeah, we're entering the tundra again. But what's been exciting is that while it's been cold outside, the stuff that's been going on the field across pretty much all sports has been pretty hot right now. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking forward to discussing today.
We actually have a lot to talk about because since we wasn't on Tuesday, that means we just have three of the biggest stories, three of the biggest topics to talk about. So we'll get into all of that. The air quality here has been terrible, and I've been coming off a sinus infection and stuff because of it. So I'm better now, I guess, for the time being until more polluted air stays inside the whole city. So, but we'll jump into our first topic, and we're going to jump right through these pretty quickly because we have some other news and we can talk about that's actually geotag for us. So we're going to jump into our first topic, which is Hoosier champions. Now, we all seen on Monday that the first ever, championship in program history, let's take a look at the bracket for first time national champions ever in program history by the University of Indiana. Bloomington, the Indiana Hoosiers win their first title ever. Curt Cignetti wins his first national championship as a head coach, and he does it in year 2, which is absolutely insane. And he's telling us that quote, "I win, Google me." And he backed it up. Just look at the path that they had to take. They had a first round bye, and everybody always talks about how to bye hurts people, how to bye is terrible, how to bye kills your momentum and you can't move on. Well, Indiana, put that to rest because they dominated the whole playoff.
Would hurt 3 of those teams. The other one won the national championship. What else can we say? I mean, I don't want to say that this was an underdog performance, but because of how much Indiana spends in the transfer portal, but this was the laughingstock program of the Big Ten for quite a long time before this happened, and the turnaround that Cignetti's been able to just the miracles that he's been able to work in just 2 years at Indiana is just incredible.
Yeah, no kidding. And I mean, it's just a very likable team as well. Just a bunch of guys who never really got their chance the first time around. They all come in. They make themselves have names basically, and a lot of that obviously is a tribute to the work that Curt Cignetti did. It's just a very football guy, and I'm very happy. I loved hearing him say, "I'm going to have a beer" immediately after winning the national championship. That's a guy who that's a guy that I feel like anybody would want to play for at this point. And this is going to be a real big game changer for Indiana. And who knows what kind of money Cignetti could be offered to go somewhere else after a couple of years.
And that's the thing. Like, I personally want to say that I don't want to say that I was right, but I was right.
Mhm.
Ultimately, I thought Georgia was going to win the national championship because of who they had, and I thought they had the easiest path to get there. I didn't think the toughest competition was going to be to Texas Tech, but Texas Tech didn't even. I mean, their offense didn't even show up at all in that game against Oregon. So that put my things to rest. But I said Georgia, but then I thought Indiana after if Georgia doesn't make it there, just because of the coach and Fernando Mendoza Heisman Trophy. People talk about how he was one of the worst Heismans. He shouldn't have been a Heisman. Well, he really should have put that to rest last night, or put that to rest on Monday, didn't he?
I
He
mean,
played well.
I want to give props to Miami as well. I really thought even at the end, I thought that Carson Beck had it in his hands to put his draft stock through the roof in that game. Didn't end up happening, but for a team that I didn't even think should have made the playoffs, they made a heck of a run, upsetting Ohio State, the defending national champs, taking down the SEC's arguably best team this year in Ole Miss, and then giving the best team in the country who'd rarely been tested all year a run for their money. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, I mean Miami, I think their run has in a way bolstered the college football playoff just because it shows that not you can be below a top 8 team, below a top 5 team and still make a run. And obviously we're kind of looking at the interesting factor of these 1 through 4 seeds, how many of them really get the benefit of getting the bye. So that's something that they're going to definitely have to look at in the near future. But Miami played well. They were one underthrown pass away from maybe even taking this thing from Indiana. But I mean, Carson Beck, obviously he wants that throwback. But you also have to give credit where credit's due. They made a great run. And I really think that Fernando Mendoza making that run on 4th down, running through people, diving into the end zone, that blew the roof off the place.
That's crazy. Jalen, you got a rebuttal to that?
No, I thought that Georgia had the best team. I thought if they played Indiana, I think that was the only team that I thought could really actually beat Indiana outside of Texas Tech in the champ. Because Texas Tech, I saw their defense up close. I thought.
I think his audio cut out for a sec, but I wanted to say that it might be time potentially to have a conversation about the SEC. I mean, like they've been struggling the last couple of years. Bama did not look good at all against Indiana. I didn't think Oklahoma was very good this year. Ole Miss was really, them and Georgia were the only 2 teams out of the supposed top conference in college football to really make a run this year of any level. I mean, they gave each other a run in that game. Vanderbilt, who I thought should have had a spot in this playoff, lost to Iowa in their bowl game, and it's not like they were one of the teams where guys weren't playing. Everyone played. Like, I think it's time to have a conversation about the SEC.
I think this is the Big Ten tier, but I don't think that you can rule out that I think the SEC top to bottom is much closer together than the Big Ten is, in my opinion.
And then in brackets, you got to pick an upset. So I picked Texas Tech to upset Indiana, but I thought, I thought Indiana was complete, but I thought they were going to just get upset by Texas Tech. That's all. And then after that, I thought Texas Tech was going to go like on a run, and then I thought they were going to lose to Georgia, which that's what my bracket had, but. But I was also rooting for Indiana because also one of my coworkers went to Indiana, so we kind of was hoping that they get one and I'll be able to see one in first ever. Not too many times you can say you watched a program win their first ever national championship, in which you would go down in history and know where you were and what you were doing in that moment of when they won the first one. So It's like the Chicago Cubs almost when they won their first World Series. I know Brewers fans don't like to hear that, or Pirates fans.
I mean,
or
even Badger
Cardinal
fans
but
too. We don't know what that's like either. We've never won a football, not that I know of, at least, not in our lifetimes.
yeah, that's true.
We haven't even made the playoff yet.
I will say Michigan State made the playoff 1 year, 1 or 2 years, one of that, and I was happy to see that. So Michigan State football was actually good at one point, but to probably close on this right here, very proud of Indiana. Just happy to see good football, and I will say that they could win it all again next year. I mean, they have top 3, top 10, top 5 actually. Transfer portal class coming in. They have freshmen coming in as well. You know, Indiana's going to be around for a long time. And Kurt Cignetti, I think he might be like Coach K. Don't go anywhere. Now, I'm not saying he got the right job come along, then obviously he might, bounce. But I feel like he could be a Mike Krzyzewski, Coach K, staying at one school and just dominating the whole college.
I mean, I think it's possible with how much Indiana puts in their NIL investment for football these days. Their budget's one of the highest out of everybody. So I don't see why, as a coach, you'd want to leave there. Like, just because you can use that money and now you have the reputation with winning a national championship, making the playoff last year, building up a program from the literal ground. I mean, like, why would you want to leave there? Like, you got such a good racket going. Everyone loves you. The guys love you. Everyone plays their hearts out for you. Like, why would you not stay there? Like, Indiana's a great racket right now.
Yeah, it's a great place to be right now. And then shout out Marquette University High School grad Riley Nowakowski for scoring the first touchdown of the game. Wisconsin product, former Badger, obviously made the transfer and it worked out for him pretty well. So, yeah, but quarterback situation is going to be interesting after Fernando Mendoza goes to the league and his brother Alberto enters the transfer portal.
Yeah, we'll respond to this real quick before we move on. I don't think he's dumb. They have Hoover coming in there from TCU, and you already know who's going to start, right? You know who's going to start when that kind of a quarterback is coming in, and it ain't that they don't believe in you. It's just that they see you as a backup. And if you were the guy to take over, Hoover would have never even been looked at. You would have been the guy. So I think he should go to Georgia Tech with a little chip on his shoulder. And not saying that Indiana, soldier, but, they got one of the best, probably second best quarterback to come in the portal. So I think that's pretty good for Indiana and Alberto. I think he's doing the right decision for his career to go to transfer to Georgia Tech and actually start. So we'll move on to our next topic, which is the AFC, NFC championships are set. It's not what you probably thought it was, not what you probably think it is. It actually probably hurts some people, which I'll say it hurts me a little bit. The Broncos. I'm excited. I'm happy for them to be a part of the Final Four, but I wish I had my quarterback. And I will say, I got every one of these right.
Behind the circumstances behind him getting hurt are just so strange. Like,
wild.
I mean, I believe it was on that last play of the game when he went to kneel the ball to set up the game-winning field goal. Like, the whole circumstance behind it, he was like kind of hurt, kind of not. Like, during the interviews after the game, like he was still able to walk and stuff, and all of a sudden the news just drops and he's out, surgery done for the year. It was really strange.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, so we got the zero on. Yeah, we heard you. We just letting Chris finish.
Hey man, I jumped on here because I got a lot of shit to say, bro, about your king, Josh Allen. I think it's time we have this conversation. I know no one wants to talk about it.
My king, I just said I like him and he deserved the MVP.
Hold on. No, I'm talking about Josh Allen, not Drake May.
So are we gonna have the Justin Herbert conversation then too?
Yeah, we can talk about that too. But we got to talk about we holding these type of players to higher standards, okay? Because he's won an MVP that wasn't deserved to him, and I'll tell you why it wasn't deserved to him. Did you know that Josh Allen has led the league in turnovers for 6 years? What I mean by that is that he has 100 turnovers in 6 years. And did he have?
And we lost it.
I think we
If
lost
Lamar
audio.
Jackson,
There he goes.
if Lamar Jackson had put up a stinker of a game like this, the entire world would have exploded. Do you know how many turnovers Jalen Hurts has in his playoff career? 4. He has 4 turnovers in playoff career. How many did Josh Allen have last week? 4. So my entire thing is this, bro. This man is exactly who I thought he was. This is exactly what I warned everybody about. This is exactly why he was never going to win anyways. And before you guys say, well, his team let him down. His team wasn't great. Well, he had the best pass defense in the league. He had the best running back yardage-wise this year. He had a top 5 O-line this year. And, yeah, he didn't have the greatest wide receivers, but when he did have the greatest wide receivers, he didn't do shit with it. Stephon Diggs is putting up Devontae Adams numbers in New England right now with Drake May. Someone who is probably going to maybe win their first ring because Jared Stidham's starting on Sunday. So my thing is this. We have to stop this narrative that Josh Allen is super elite. Okay? Lamar Jackson drove down the field for the last game of the season. 60-yard bombs for touchdowns, gets scrutinized because his kicker and his coach don't know how to play football or coach football. Okay? Now, I'm not saying Lamar Jackson is an all-time great playoff performer. Josh Allen is the best wild card quarterback we've ever seen. But that's it. After the wild card, his stats are worse than Lamar Jackson. Look it up. It's ridiculous. So my whole thing is this, bro. The Bills organization, they'll never win a ring. Josh Allen, he needs to get out of there. I'm not a big Josh Allen fan, but I at some point, I got to feel for him a little bit. But at the same time, it's like you ruined this game. You're the reason they lost. I mean, that fumble before half, that's one of the worst turnovers you'll ever see. That's probably the reason they lost. They scored 10 points in 2 minutes. I mean, we have to have that conversation. Yeah, you want to have a conversation about Justin Herbert. Well, Justin Herbert's never won an MVP. Justin Herbert had the worst O-line coming into the playoffs. I mean, granted, he put up 0 points. Yeah, I was harder on him than anyone else was. One hand led him to the playoffs. I'm proud to call him my quarterback. But at the same time, there's no more excuses now that we have Mike McDaniel. Okay? I mean, just this Josh Allen narrative has got to stop, that he's the best player in the world. It's ridiculous because when Mahomes is here, Patrick Mahomes is here. Josh Allen cannot do anything. Joe Burrow blew him out once. Josh Allen only has 2 wins outside of that in the playoffs, and that's against Lamar Jackson and the defense that let him down 1 year, and the defense that helped Josh Allen the 1 year. Josh Allen has done nothing against Lamar Jackson in the playoffs. Fun fact. Go look that up. Those stats don't lie. Okay? But that's my rant. I don't want to hear any more Josh Allen is elite button. I don't want to hear that anymore. I think he's maybe number 5 at quarterbacks right now. I do think that Lamar Jackson is better. Mahomes is better. Drake May is approaching better because if he makes the Super Bowl, I mean, what are we gonna say, right? So that's my rant. I'll give the floor back to you guys.
I'll let Jalen start.
Thanks for hopping on.
I mean, some of the stuff he said was not wrong. He does have a lot of turnovers. He does.
100 turnovers since
He is a wild card in the playoffs. But I'm not gonna sit up here and say he's not elite. I'm not saying that because Lamar Jackson's elite. He ain't been to a Super Bowl either. I'm not gonna.
Lamar Jackson's done everything. Lamar Jackson has been better than Josh Allen his entire career. That's a fact. Josh Allen has never been better than Lamar Jackson. How are we gonna call someone elite when they've never had a Super Bowl? They've never won an AFC. They've never won an All-Pro, a first-team All-Pro. None. Nothing. He had a DEI MVP last year. when Lamar Jackson clearly was the favorite to win that first team All Pro, didn't win MVP because Josh Allen. They want Josh Allen to be the front page of the NFL every time you turn on that website. So that's my point. Lamar Jackson has done a lot more. Even Joe Burrow, you can even argue that he's done more. He went to a Super Bowl his second year. I mean, he has a worse organization than the Bills. So I don't know. I'm sick of the Josh Allen love. It's time for him to get the hate that everyone loves to give Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts, who won a Super Bowl MVP, by the way. You can credit that to his team if you want to, but the guy has played out of this world in 2 Super Bowls the past 4 years.
I don't know who said he's the best in the league. I mean, we've all been on here. I'm not sure, probably Brendan, but I've said that Patrick Mahomes is the best in the league. I've said that. I don't know who said Josh Allen's the best in the league, but maybe fantasy football wise. But I can't say a quarterback is not in the league because he doesn't make it to the Super Bowl. That's like saying Lamar Jackson is not elite because he's never been to the Super Bowl. Like, yes, they haven't made the Super Bowl, but I'm not going to say they're not elite quarterbacks. I'm not going to say I'd rather have them over Brock Purdy. Like, I'm not going to say that. Like, if Kyle Shanahan said he had his choice over Josh Allen or Brock Purdy, he will take Josh Allen. If the Eagles would say, if the Eagles, yes, I will say that. If the Eagles will say, what kind of quarterback style would they rather have, Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen? They would say Josh Allen because he can throw the football.
Okay, so you would rather take a person that doesn't win over a guy that does win. That's basically what you're saying. Because Jalen Hurts wins. I mean, he won the 2 Super Bowls in the NFC, the conference that's much harder than the AFC. Much harder, team-wise. Maybe not.
I still think I would take Josh Allen over Jalen Hurts as well.
We're talking about quarterback play. We're not talking about whose team is better.
Oh, okay. So in the playoffs, Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. That's a fact.
But the Eagles roster is head and shoulders above where Buffalo's is, and it's not even close.
And Buffalo had a top 5 team, and Josh Allen couldn't make past the divisional round like 2 years ago. I mean, he's had a better team.
Patrick Mahomes, the best in the league.
Okay, so Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl or 2 with Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sure if Josh Allen is on that level or near it, he should be able to do exactly what Mahomes did.
Very much.
And that's this year. And he let him down. He let him down.
You see in this comment, Nas?
What is it?
It's quote, I would take CJ Stroud over Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, Jalen Hurts. Okay.
Isn't Jalen Hurts hater?
No,
that's an asinine take. That is terrible.
CJ Stroud
had one.
Josh Allen is a top 3 quarterback in this league. Period.
No, he's not.
Josh Allen is a top 3, at worst top 4.
Top 3 talent, maybe. Top 3 talent, maybe. What has he done to deserve top 3? Someone, please enlighten me. I'm ready to.
Isn't talent what we say when we talk about a position group?
Yeah.
So you just said he's not top 3. When
I said he's top 3 talent wise.
Isn't that what we said?
He's top 3 talent wise, but he can't win. So I'm talking about wins. Who do you want to lead your team to the Super Bowl? The guy that cries at the podium, or the guy that nails people with darts to Juju Smith-Schuster, or Jalen Hurts, who wins games regardless of all the theatrics that go on behind the scenes with Nick Sirianni and AJ Brown. I mean, I'm saying at some point, bro. I'm reaching. How? Do you want
You
Josh
just
Allen
said in
team?
good faith that you would take Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. That is where you're.
Like, that's
to
asinine,
win in the playoffs. To win in the playoffs, you would take Josh Allen still.
Yes,
because Josh Allen's never had as good of a team as
what resume? That's okay. He had a great AFC team, AFC Buffalo team with Stephon Diggs. The defense was completely competent. The O-line has been that way.
And then he ran
since
into
he
a
got
dynasty. It happens.
Oh,
he
my
ran
gosh.
into the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a buzzsaw. We know this.
Jalen
They've
By
had
the way,
another
the
healing
Chiefs have
before,
won
though.
2 or 3 Super Bowls in the last 6 years.
Jalen Hurts ran
Got-
to the dynasty twice. Won one of
The
them. at least.
Chiefs
But what you just said is he didn't make the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts made the Super Bowl, but did he have the best player in the league in his league? No. Did he have the best teams? Doesn't he have the best teams in the NFC those
Technically,
years?
no, the Lions had it last year.
Answer the question. Does he have the best teams in the NFC those years?
No, he did not have the best team last year or this year. Lions technically were better last year, and this year, the Seattle's better.
That Eagles team was just as good last year. They just had a couple stumbles in the first
I disagree.
4 weeks of the
The
season.
Lions were head to toe
top to
better.
bottom. That maybe if the Lions were healthy, you could have made an argument.
That's what I'm
that they
saying.
were
The
better than
Lions all
Philly.
year. I'm talking about the entire year. Last year, the Lions are better. This year, Seattle has been better the entire year, head to toe. So no, he has not had the best team, but he has had a great team. I'm not saying they're not great, but that's.
I
mean,
would say
you play what you got.
last year, the Eagles were just as good. They might not have been as dynamic on offense, but Detroit's defense by the end was basically the infirmary. There was no one out there. Philly was clearly a better team than Detroit was, and it showed in the playoffs last year.
Well, okay. Well, if you want to bring in the injuries, yeah, I'm talking about the entire year. That's what Jalen asked me.
Well, if Aiden Hutchinson stays healthy, Detroit probably wins the bowl, but that didn't happen.
Right.
You play who's on that day, who's active.
Okay.
And actively, the Eagles were the best team.
Okay. And the teams that
Both sides of the ball.
Josh Allen would beat Mahomes in the regular season, and playoffs would come around, and nothing would happen. I mean, you gotta just you can't give excuses anymore for that. I mean, this year, he blew out your Broncos last year. Comes into Denver, puts up a stinker, and no one's talking about it. I'm sick of it.
Who's not talking about it?
No one is talking about it. No one wants to sit here and give Josh Allen the slam that he deserves for being this quarterback that just can't get it done. Like Lamar Jackson, and even when Jalen Hurts wins, he gets worse. He gets worse hate.
Well, I mean,
Josh
by the
Allen.
logic that you said, that means Bo Nix is better than Justin Herbert.
Okay, you can say that. I mean, you can say whatever you want. I don't believe it. You don't believe Josh Allen's a non-top 10 quarterback. That's fine. I'm just saying, Justin Herbert. Look, I don't think Justin Herbert is even top 5 anymore. He's barely top 10 in my opinion right now. So I mean, we can agree on that. Bo Nix, I think he's scraping top 10. I don't think he's top 10 yet. I could say a lot of people who watch football will sit here and tell you Bo Nix is a good quarterback. He was the best quarterback in the league last week, but I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback just yet. I mean, I know he got hurt, which it sucks. I wish he was able to play next week, but I don't know. I don't think he's top 10 yet. Maybe 12 or 11. I mean, if you take out C.J. Stroud now, I mean, maybe he puts him up there. I would put him.
So Sam Darnold top 10?
Two back-to-back fourth. No, I don't think he's top 10, but he's a Bo Nix. He's scraping the scene right there, bro. 2 back-to-back 14-win seasons. I don't know.
I was gonna say, you can't necessarily hate on Sam Darnold all that much anymore.
That's what I'm saying. You can't hate on him no more.
They kick the dog shit out of the Niners.
Unless he plays horrible this weekend, I mean, we can sit here and say, "Oh, we want Sam Darnold." Look, the fact of the matter is, this next week for the Seahawks, the game is on Sam Darnold. I don't care what anyone says. The past 2 times he's played the Rams, he has played bad games. The first one was just terrible. 4 turnovers.
I agree.
And they lost. The second game, he didn't really do much. It was more the run game. JSN wasn't a factor to the fourth quarter. I mean, this entire game next week against the Rams, or this weekend, I should excuse me.
Yes, Burrow is.
It's on Sam Darnold. Yes, Burrow is top 10. We got to stop that. I know Burrow has not made playoffs in 3 years. I'm the biggest Joe
Have you
Burrow
seen the
critic
defenses that he has to work with? They're quite literally some of the worst in NFL history.
ever. Correct. It's
In the
worse
first
than
half of the year,
Aaron
they
Rodgers
qualified as the absolute worst in the stat tracking era.
Correct. I think this defense has let down Joe Burrow more than the Packers defense let down Aaron Rodgers in his entire career, and he's not even halfway through his career probably. I mean, it's bad. It's bad over there. They don't even want to do anything because they want to keep that trio and Higgins, Chase, and Burrow. So
So with the playoffs, with all the playoffs going on, so you're taking Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson?
I'm taking Jalen Hurts right now.
Over
the
Lamar
playoffs?
Jackson?
In the playoffs? In the playoffs. Look at this. The stats do not lie. In the playoffs, I'm taking Jalen Hurts. He's a winner. I'm not taking Jalen Hurts in the regular season. If Lamar Jackson is fully healthy this year, playoffs. That's simple. Okay.
You can make an argument that
talking about
Jalen
winning in the
Hurts is
playoffs.
in the playoffs, but he's also been bounced in the first round 2 out of the last 3 years too.
That's
They were-
insane, bro.
San Francisco had no
how many Super Bowls has he been
business
to in the
winning
last
that
4
game
years?
when George Kittle went down, and they found a way. Hurts put up 19 points against a horrifically injured 49er defense, and 2 years ago he got embarrassed in Tampa Bay as well. I'm not saying that Hurts isn't a winner,
gotta
but
put this
he's
in perspective.
also you can't act like he's this insane playoff riser when he's been bounced in the first round 2 out of the last 3 years.
I mean, he's been to 2 Super Bowls. We gotta stop. Okay, these little negatives that have happened. This happens to almost every team. It's not easy to win a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what he proved last year. It's not easy, but he did it, and he still gets hate. This is what I'm talking about. He gets more hate than anybody for winning a Super Bowl. It makes no sense. Yes, he's been bounced. Did you know that Jalen Hurts has had a different offensive coordinator every single year of his football career from college to now? I mean, he's not had a set in stone offensive coordinator. I know Kellen Moore left last year because he was a great offensive piece for them last year. Jalen Hurts has not had a single offensive coordinator stay in that organization because you know why? Nick Sirianni is the boss. Okay, they don't have a stable organization right now when it comes to the coordinators because the Eagles are so good that it'll make the coordinators look good, but also Sirianni wants all the power. It's a power struggle over there. No coordinator. They're struggling to find an offensive coordinator as we speak. Okay, look. Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl, and everyone only talks about when he loses. That makes no sense to me. He made a Super Bowl 3 years ago when we were in college. He made a Super Bowl against the Chiefs, put up 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. I think he had 1 turnover at the end of the fumble, which wasn't his fault because his whole line just couldn't block it at the end of the game for some reason. 4 touchdowns, and he still gets hate for that. And then winning a Super Bowl, he still gets hate. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I would take, yes, I'm taking, if you're talking about winning in the playoffs, you got to take the winner. Right? Every time. I'm a biggest Lamar Jackson fan you'll know. But he hasn't done anything. I'm the biggest Justin Herbert fan you'll know. Hasn't done anything. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers over any of those guys still. Aaron Rodgers got scapegoated on the Steelers. He was the only one doing something out there. Him and like Gainwell. There's certain players that you gotta put some respect on for winning some games, bro. I know Jalen Hurts isn't the best talent we've ever seen, but he's done everything you're supposed to do to win a Super Bowl and to win in these playoffs. I know his team is great, but the organization is just—it's not the greatest, bro. So I don't know. I know Howie Roseman's got that team set, but I think there's a lot of people that just got to look at Jalen Hurts and we got to look past these negatives and look at these wins that he's been able to put up these last few years.
I agree. 0 passing yards in 2 second halves is really winning.
Wow.
But when it comes to these playoffs and who I think is going to win this week, I'm gonna go. It'll be embarrassing if the Patriots lose, but I think they still will. I think the Rams and the Broncos make it, and we have one of those weird Super Bowls.
Oh my God. He
Yeah,
got
it's been
Jarrett
red from
Stidham.
the beginning, so I feel
I
like
do got Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham is not a bad quarterback, bro. He's a top 3 backup. We already know we know what happened last time a backup played in this.
That brings music to my ears.
Look, as a Chargers fan, the only team I would want to see outside of us in the division win the Super Bowl is the Broncos. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big
Because that
fan of
means
these guys.
you'll be able to say you lost to the Super Bowl champions. Okay, we got it.
What you mean? We didn't lose to y'all. We lost to the Patriots. So either way, I kind
No, I'm
of
talking about like in the regular season.
well, you didn't beat us full strength, but yeah. We lost to the Patriots technically, if you want to put it that way. The Patriots, if they make it and they play the Rams, they're gonna lose. or
I
the
mean,
Seahawks. It doesn't matter. I think the Broncos have the best chance in the AFC to win the Super Bowl, even with Jared Stidham, because their team is, in my opinion, head to toe better when it comes to defense is overall better. Their offense is our offensive line is ridiculous. So
I thought for a moment we were gonna get the Jalen Bowl in this. I thought we were gonna get the Jalen Bowl with the
Well,
Bears and the
Seahawks-
Broncos, but
I'm just happy to say that I got the whole playoff bracket right so far.
I
2
think
touchdowns,
I got
5
fit.
interceptions this playoffs. What the hell is that? I know he's made some.
who's got
crazy
5
plays.
interceptions?
Jesus.
Are we talking about Drake,
Drew
Drake,
and
May,
Chris, I know
May?
you guys are loving that.
Hold
Are
on.
we talking about Drake, Drake, May, May?
Can't hear Chris.
Here's your word,
Man,
Chris.
I'm-
You guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can
Drake
hear
May
you.
hasn't been incredible. I think it's a very good chance that that's going to be a very low
I
scoring
can't
game.
hear. I can't hear Drew either. So, but what I'll say is that I got all of these picks right, the playoff bracket right so far, and yeah.
I got
honestly,
every game right in
I don't-
college
honestly don't know
besides the last game.
What's up?
So what?
Jalen, I think you're just having
I can't.
issues.
I
but,
remember. I can't. What you call it?
I think
I don't know
I
who's
think
gonna win between Rams.
I'm only gonna. I got Patriots, Rams, and
The Rams, bro.
the only reason I have the
Roll with
Rams
guy.
in this game
Roll
is
with the
because
staff. Number 9, the real 9. Roll with
they
Devontae
were
Adams. Give him his
they were
first
my
ring.
original pick.
Exactly.
I
I would
think
like to see that
Seattle
too,
has-
as long as it's not.
Seattle
against
has
my
a
Broncos.
very good chance of winning this game.
gonna be against your Broncos,
obviously on the backs of their
I hate to
defense.
say
If they
it.
could just
I really do. Pastor
if they
Tame
can
versus
force-
Devontae Adams. Actually, Pastor Tame versus Puka Nacua is going to be the best little matchup we've seen in years.
Puka struggled on Sunday against the Bears. Like he didn't have a good game on Sunday, despite what Collinsworth tried to tell us. That was a down game for him. The Bears actually played really well
But yeah,
defensively.
I can't.
Where'd the guys go?
No, they're still there. They're talking, but I can't hear them. That's weird.
Can they hear us?
I haven't been talking for a while. You got me here?
Yeah, I can't hear what they're saying.
I can hear you, Drew. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear everybody, and I'm good.
They'll probably have to leave and then come back. Probably. Hopefully that works.
And I already did that. That sucks.
Yeah, they'll probably have to come back in a second.
I don't know what happened.
That's weird.
Hey, can you hear me? I'm back.
And I still can't hear them.
I
Might have to leave, like completely leave and come back.
That means we probably have to create another whole stream.
mean, me and Drew, we could hear
I just want to
each
stop in
other.
and say that, but I can wait until they get back here. I got to go back to what I was doing.
And
All
everybody's
right, so-
talking off.
There you go.
Yeah,
can
I
hear you
mean,
now.
we're having a lot of issues.
Speak,
Unfortunately.
Drew, speak.
I'm here. I've been here. Ain't nothing changed for me.
Chris, speak.
Yo, I'm here.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you guys now. I guess it was me.
Well, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, it was me. Terrible.
I in this
I
game,
can't
got the Rams and the Patriots. I don't know if you guys.
Well, fellas, that's
knew
my
that
NFL rant, so
at the
I'll get
end,
out of here.
But like